Welcome to the Time Machine, the show that lets you meet interesting people from the past. I am your host, Mr. Snapple. Today's guest will travel to the future to tell us about his adventures. You may remember him from your grade 5 social studies teacher, a man who crossed the Atlantic Ocean about 20 times. My friend Claire likes to call him Sam de Champ, but you all know him as Samuel de Champlain. Mr. Champlain, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I have a lot of questions for you, so let's get started. Let's get right at it. How did you become interested in exploring?
When I was a young man, my uncle used to take me on the seas. He taught me navigating skills and he taught me mapping skills.
So with those skills that you learned from your uncle, what and when was your first adventure?
My first adventure, I believe it was in March of 1603, and it was a trading expedition, and we went to the New World to trade for furs. And yes, that was my first expedition.
So fur trading. And how was that trip?
It was very difficult. It took a very long time to get there, and we had to suffer through very bad storms, fog, and icebergs. And I have to say, though, that with all that trouble that we encountered, we didn't lose one man.
Excellent. That's good. And what did you find when you arrived?
We discovered that there were people there called the Algonquins. And we met them. They were very, very friendly. That's who we started to begin to trade with. They met us, they greeted us, they made us feel very welcome there. And they even put on a tabaget, which is, in their language, means a feast. And they entertained us with dancing, they had races and for prizes. And for the first time, I tasted beaver, I tasted moose, and I tasted seal blubber.
Couldn't even imagine how that would taste. So, with all those things that you were experienced there, rather, did you stay or did you move on to somewhere new?
I did let the others trade, and I took a birch bark canoe with some of the Algonquins, and we traveled up the St. Lawrence River.
So, when you sailed up the St. Lawrence River, did you find anything?
Yes, I discovered along the St. Lawrence River there was this beautiful soil that was very, very similar to the soil that we have in France. And I knew that if it was tilled, that it would make excellent farming soil.
And did you find anything, did you discover anything there?
Oh, the Algonquins took me to a place that they called Quebec. Quebec in their language means where the river narrows.
So did you stay long in the New World?
Yes, I did stay for quite a while.
But you went there, you left. You went there once and you came back, is that right?
Yes, that's right, I did. I actually left in the fall, and then in 1604 I came back with Pierre de Mont, my friend. He was the captain, and I was the navigator and the map maker on that trip.
So when you came back the second time, you stayed for the winter?
Yes, we stayed for the winter that time, and it was very, very difficult. In October, it started to snow already, and we thought these winters were going to be very much like France, and they weren't. They were very, very cold and very harsh.
So your first camp you established on an island. Now, why would that be?
Well, as you know, an island, you can see all around when people are coming at you, and if we were to be attacked, we knew that that would be the best place to defend ourselves.
But there must have been a few cons.
Absolutely, there were some problems. The winters were so bad, and the water froze in ice drifts, and it made it very, very impossible for us to travel back to the mainland. So we were virtually stuck on this island. Now, we could see moose on the mainland, and we probably were in shooting distance to get it, but because we couldn't travel to the mainland to get the moose after we shot it, well, we had no food. And those moose were huge. They would have fed us for days. But we had no food. And the water, when it froze, left us with no drinking water. So because we had no food and no water, it was very difficult.
So anybody else would have probably left right away. But I believe that you stayed after that winter.
I did stay after that winter with 2 men. But now I know that the other men that went back, they went back with the news about how bad the winters were in in New France, and no one wanted to come anymore.
Okay. So how did you survive during the winters, those harsh winters?
Well, the Micmac people actually were the ones who helped us learn how to survive the winters and how to live off the land like they do.
Okay, so did you ever return to France?
Yes, I returned several times, and then I did return finally and stayed for about 20 years in the New World.
Okay. So can you tell us what happened during that time?
Yes. Well, I had brought workmen with me, and I had them build with me 3 buildings and a storehouse, and I named it l'habitation, which this is where we settled and we lived, and it was a very lovely place. I knew there was going to be a future in this place.
You saw what others didn't, I guess, eh?
I think that's exactly what it was.
Good. That is all the time we have for tonight, unfortunately. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
And there you go, Samuel de Champlain, the great explorer and adventurer. He lived in Quebec, which is now called Quebec City, and he passed away Christmas Day, 1635. Next time, we have Pierre Dumont joining us, and that's it for tonight. Thank you.